Good morning everyone, and welcome to episode number 5 of Tiger Knits. I hope you're having a lovely morning. I'm Claire, I'll be your host today, and you can find me on Instagram and Twitter as Claire M. Gallagher, and on Ravelry as C. Gallagher 21. I have a blog called Uncia and Tigris, which I'll link below because I know it's a bit weird to spell. And I think that's pretty much everywhere. I have a mug of coffee, and I hope you guys do too. And we'll make a start. I've actually been efficient this week and wrote down what I want to talk about so I don't forget. So we'll go through some works in progress, some finished objects, a few future maybe projects, and some new things, and some general chit chat at the end. Yes, so whips. I've not finished that blanket. I'm so close to finishing, and I was desperately knitting on it last night because I knew I was going to do a podcast today, and I was desperately knitting away on it last night and this morning in bed, and I'm not finished. I'm so close to finishing. I'm on repeat of the pattern away and a little border edge, which is very quick, and then I just need to sew it up. I've got this much yarn left, and I'm sure you're all sick of hearing about this because I've literally just harped on about it since I started podcasting. So see here, these are marking all my repeats. I've got one left to do, just finished one, so I've got one more to do, and then a little garter ridge border which looks like this, and then I can sew it all up and you can stop hearing about it forever and a day. The yarn you all know is Rowan Creative Linen. Be easy if I show you like that, won't it? Yeah, the pattern is the Sunshine chevron stitch blanket by, I think it's Maria Cuba, and it's on Knitpic's website, so I just took it from there. I'm really looking forward to it now being finished because it's really close. However, it's just dragging now because I know I'm so close to finishing. I just want it to be done. So that's that. It's almost there. And it's in my little Foxy project bag. Yes. The other one, I'm just twisting around to go through my little basket of stuff here, is my, oh it's just started, whoa. It's just started hailing down. Oh my god, I'm going to show you guys. Ooh. Well, that was unexpected. It just went very dark. I'm sat here with the lights on it. 12:10 on a Saturday morning. It's ridiculous. I hope you can hear me over that anyway. Maybe I'll wait a few minutes. It literally feels like October at the moment. It's July. July the, I think it's the 1st or 2nd, I don't know. July the 2nd. And I've been wearing coats all week. It's hailing. It's gonna be winter. Anyway, I'm just going to forge on. So the next thing I was going to show you, I wasn't going to show you, but actually I made quite a bit of progress on this over the last couple of weeks. So this is my Suck Yarn Cozy Memories blanket. I'm not calling it Cozy Memories, I'm just calling it a patchwork blanket. I think that's what I'm going to call it. And I've made quite a bit of progress on it. And I'm finally getting down here Some of these are a bit irregular, that's the word. The sizing's a bit weird. I don't know if I use the right needles on all of them, the same needles on all of them. Sometimes I do use different weights, like this white one here is a different weight and it really annoys me, but whatever. It's a scrappy patchworky blanket. And I'm not that fussed about it being really neat, so I'm just trying to use up ends. But now up here it's getting all sort of uniform and it's like blue sky over there, I can see it, but it's just chucking it down still. Yes, it's getting a bit more uniform and regular, and I'm picking them all up the same and it's creating a really nice fabric. So I'm quite pleased with how this is progressing. I can see the appeal, you get sort of addicted to it. And I think the main reason I've had so much progress on this recently is because my mum has been on a sock knitting binge. She's decided she wants to knit socks for all her friends for Christmas, which is lovely and I absolutely endorse that. She found some cheap yarn online, which I'll come on to at the end, so I've bought some as well, and she's decided to go a bit mad with it. So these are a pair she's knit for a friend. This is from a pair she's knit for a friend. This is from a pair. This is from that baby jumper I was knitting last week. Last time I podcasted, sorry. This is from some of this cheap yarn I bought. This is from a pair of socks I'll show you in a minute. So these two here are Fable yarns, or Fable. I think they might be coming out as Drop Fable. These two here are Drops Fable. This one might be Drops Fable, it might be a Regio, I'm not sure. And then this one is Osterman Step. So yeah, I'm really enjoying this now. And it's also made me realise I want to knit something that's these two colours together. Like, these two colours are just lovely. This is my Lundy Island colourway by, it's the Caswell Bayhat I did. Who's it by? Fibre Spades. And this is just some purple Regia, I think. Might be Fable, but I think it's Regia. And yeah, I just think these two colours would go really nice together. And I've got some of this left, so I might knit myself, buy some yarn this colour and knit myself a pair of socks or something. Yeah, so I'm really impressed with this. And as you can see, I keep squaring it off. I'm almost at the edge. And then I'll start squaring it again. And I think that way I can just stop when I want to. Even if it's just like a little lap blanket, then yeah, it'll be all done. And I actually sewed in all my ends as well. I've only got a few left because they're the ones that I'll need to sew in down the edges of ones that I've attached. But yeah, I did the ends whilst I was watching Adele at Glastonbury. So I sat there with a glass of wine. Ooh, bit of thunder now. I did think I could see lightning a minute ago. A few minutes ago I sort of paused and looked up and I wondered if I could see lightning. And maybe I did see lightning. It's beautifully sunny now, it's ridiculous. This weather is like May showers. Anyway, like I was saying, I sat there and sewed all the ends in with a glass of wine whilst watching Adele at Glastonbury and crying over the fact I still can't get tickets to see her. And yeah, I'm quite enjoying this now. I've decided to call it my patchwork blanket, not my Cozy Memories blanket, whatever, because it's just a bit twee for me and I'm not really like that. So yeah, not Cozy Memories, patchwork blanket is what I'm calling it. And yeah, so this half looks really good. This half looks fantastic. This one still blows out the camera every time. This half less so, but I'm not that fussed. It's going to be cosy when I'm finished with it. And yes, I'm quite pleased with how that's coming along. So I've put some updated pictures on my Ravelry page because I was taking a picture of, what was I taking a picture of? I don't know, I was updating some pictures and I thought I hadn't taken, oh, the baby jumper that I finished. And, oh, pardon me, I realised I hadn't really updated this in a while and I thought it was about time I did. I love this fabric so bad. It's got little kitty cats and balls of yarn. my favourites. So that are two of my works in progress. The other one is one you've probably not seen before. It's in my little Animals of Farthing Wood bag. I say you might not have seen it before, it's because I did post some pictures of it on my Instagram. I was away for a couple of days and completed a sock. This is in there's the label lying around here somewhere. Osterman Steppe yarn, and this colour is 259, and I think it's Sunset Pink or Sunny Pink. I think that's what it is, and yeah, I really love this. It's really nice yarn to knit with. I wound mine into a ball just because I wanted to. And I'm trying to move my notions case. I'm doing toe up, and they're just vanilla socks. I've done all the increases now, I think. Yeah, that's why I stopped, because I did all the increases. And they do mostly match, I think, as well, which is, they'll match pretty similar. And I did the Fish Lips Kiss heel, and oh my god, I'm obsessed with it. It's the best short row heel I've ever done. Or I guess, is it a short row heel? Yeah, it must be. And it's so neat. I mean, I've stretched a stitch, bizarrely hard to say, here, but this side is pretty perfect, I would say. Again, a little bit of a stretch stitch there, but it's nothing that I won't work with in future, and it fits me really well. So these are for me. These, I was going to try and get 12 pairs, one every pair every month in 2016, and this is my 4th pair, so I'm not doing great considering it's July. These are my June socks, these are my birthday socks. But I've got some other things I'm finishing, and then I've got lots of sock yarn, and I think I'm just going to blitz a few pairs of socks. So look forward to that coming up, because I really enjoy knitting socks. They just make me quite content, and they're super quick and they're so easy. I took these away with me, and we were sitting in the garden at the hotel we were staying at and just knit a bit while having a drink, and it was lovely. So these are for me, so they're a long foot, and they are long because I've got big feet. So the little heel was here, and I'm not too fussed about making sure the stripes patterns match. I think the yarn is busy enough that doesn't really matter that I haven't got a pink stripe here. I don't know. And I did quite a longy leg because I want to be able to wear them in boots in the winter, and a little stretchy bind off. So that's that one, and I'm on my second one. Like I said, I'm knitting these on 2.5mm Knit Pro Sympathies. No, they're not 2.5s, they're 2.25s. And I like these, but one of these is definitely sharper than the other. So I have to use this one as like the actual knitting needle, and this one is just like holds the stitches, because I like to be able to point it. But I don't mind these, I like the wood ones. What I want to get is some really sharp, maybe high sharps or chalgoos or something. But yeah, I did a weird thing on this sock where I twisted the stitches a bit weird when I was picking them up from the Judy's Magic cast on. But actually I really liked how it came out, because it sort of gave like a little plaited effect to the end of the toe with the yarn. And so I did the same on this one, and I really like it. So I like how mistakes like that happen. And yeah, I think I did a pretty good job with getting those stripes matching. So I'm hoping the rest of it should be fairly matchy. And actually I didn't have to wind off too much to get to the next bit. So I planned that well. I'm calling these my banana vanilla socks. So maybe like a milkshake sock, because they are banana yellow. And again, this still isn't a colour I think I would wear, but I love it. It makes me so happy. So I'm quite pleased with these. I think one didn't take me very long either to do one sock. So yep, there we go, my little pointy heel. And I just need to sew in the ends, but I'll do that at the end. and hopefully I can get another one done by next time I talk to you guys. They're really good TV knitting socks, like they're just really convenient, I think. So that is all my current works in progress. I'm hoping as soon as I've got that blanket off the needles, I'll be able to cast on some bigger projects, and that'll hopefully be a bit more exciting. Because I'll talk about it in a bit, but I've got some ideas of things that I want to do. I was talking in my last one about the lace project I want to do. I'm still researching patterns. If you can find any lace patterns that work for an actual lace weight yarn, not like a light fingering, because it is a very fine yarn, that would be much appreciated. There are a couple I've seen, but they're paid for patterns. I'm always a bit iffy about paid for patterns because unless they're a really well-known designer, sometimes they're not always the best written. So, and I don't know if it's me, but I need things to be quite clearly written out. So hopefully I can find one soon, because I'm really itching to start that. Thought I spilled some on me then. Oh, sorry. So, on to some finished objects. Oh, I hope you won't be able to see them. Sat here. Secret finished objects. So this one, which I am so pleased about, is my friend's little baby jumper. Ah! I want one. I'm so tempted to get a lot of this Drops Fable yarn and knit myself one because I'm obsessed with it. So yeah, I've pinned it together with a safety pin, but it's got a little raglan front, and I've got some buttons which I'll show you in a minute. And yeah, I love it. I think it's absolutely adorable. I've sewn it all up together at the armpits. And actually, can we talk about how that's a neat bit of sewing for me? I'm not a neat sewer. And I love the little ridges here. I deliberately didn't use the carry across the yarn for the ridges because I thought that might look a bit weird, and I'm a bit like, you know, about dots matching up. So I deliberately didn't do that, and I think it looks quite cool. And I've picked up for the button band, and yeah, I just need to sew the buttons on now. But I'm so pleased with it. I really just want one for myself, and I think my friend's little boy is going to look absolutely adorable in this. And I was worried it was too big, but I think actually once he's got like a vest on in there and a little t-shirt, I think actually it'll be okay. What do you think? I don't really know much about babies. I don't have a baby. No one I know has babies. She's the first of my friends to get pregnant, which is what I'm calling it. The first of my friends to get pregnant, Sarita. She has got another child, but I didn't know her when she had that other baby. But I'm tempted to knit her little girl something as well. She really likes a unicorn, so I'm wondering, I've got quite a lot of this yarn left over from knitting some socks. So my hair gets everywhere. I'm tempted to try and find like a unicorn pattern or something like that. There's got to be one on Ravelry, and try and do like a little softie or something. But yeah, and hopefully he'll be able to go into this and wear it, and it should be a fairly easy thing to wash as well. The yarn's really soft, it's not scratchy, so hopefully it won't annoy him. And yeah, I just think it's lovely, and I want one for me. Can you imagine that children are this small? It's crazy. Anyway, what I have bought is, there's going to be a little bit of rustling while I try and get these out of this bag. Bought some buttons to go on it, because I bought some from John Lewis, and cursed by my own hubris, we'll call it, I did not take this with me to check the size of the buttons, did I? So I bought some buttons and I thought, yeah, in the shop they look fine, but actually they were way too big, and they're a bit of the wrong colour as well. They're still nice buttons, I'll find some other use for them, but actually these are perfect. And I just wanted some little brown buttons for the actual raglan bit here, and I found these in like a little haberdashery shop, I guess. It was kind of cool. They had a lot of cool fabric in there while I was away. It was called, I want to say it's called the Cotton Reel in Worcester. And I popped in, I think they were closing. I think they were a bit like, why are you here? And it's got some little brown plastic buttons. And yeah, are they going to focus? There we go. Oh, that's my nails done also, by the way. Do you guys like my nails? This is a whole story. I'll talk about it at the end, but yes, so I've got some little brown buttons. They're going to go on here like this. There's 4. I had bought 5 just in case I lose one or something. But yeah, I think they'll go quite nicely on there. So I just need to sew that on and then they're done. I've got a bit of the yarn left over, so I'm wondering whether to make some little socks for her or something, or a little hat to go with it. But we shall see. Oh, I've just dropped a button somewhere on my brown carpet. I'll find it at the end. Let me just put these buttons away. Sorry if you don't like rustling. I should put it up in a minute. So that is my little sweater, a little baby sweater. And again, there are some proper pictures of this on Ravelry if you want to have a look at it a bit closer. I think the details are beautiful and the yarn is just lovely. So I'm really pleased with this, and I'm really tempted to knit a full-size one for myself. The other thing I finished was a tiny little, I feel like I've gone a bit off centre, was a tiny little nubbin of a whip when I showed it you last. And this is my Merlot hat, I'm calling it. Still haven't sewn in the ends on this. Or have I? I've sewn them in, I've just not cut them off. That's what I've done. So this I am in love with. The yarn is Deeply Wicked by Easy Knits in the Merlot colourway. And the pattern is the Midas Hat by Laura Reinbach. And I love it. This hat is so me. I cannot wait to wear this in the winter. It's the perfect length. And I'm going to get so much use out of this, I know. And it does feel like a lot of stockinette stitch. But again, it's really great TV knitting, and it didn't even take me that long. Once I actually started doing it, I cast it on and then I didn't really do much with it. There's a crow doing something weird on my neighbour's roof. It's just got its mouth open up to the sky. I don't know if it's catching rain. Do crows do that? Very odd. If someone who knows about crows, let me know. I think it is. Anyway, this is beside the point. It's got a really interesting construction. It's a free pattern, so I'm not giving anything away. But you sort of knit, this is your cast on edge, and you knit up, and then you sort of fold it under, and you do this weird double knit thing with 2 needles. And I thought, oh, this is going to be a nightmare. I'm not good. I'm a bit cack-handed. And yeah, it needs a block to just sort of like even out some of the stitch definition. But it's absolutely beautiful, and this yarn is just gorgeous. And yeah, I can see me getting a lot of wear out of this. The decreases go really quick. I think I did them in like an hour or something ridiculous. I just put on, I've been quite obsessed with Once Upon a Time, the TV show at the moment. So I think I just put on a few episodes of that, knit like mad, and done. And I think it's a really great pattern for like a tonal yarn like this. Like, it's not exactly solid. There are some bits of like lighter colour in there, you can see, but it's not enough that it detracts from the hat. But I'm just really in love with it, and I can't wait to wear it. And I've got this other blue hat that I wear. I knit a lot of hats, but I basically only wear like 2 of the ones that I've actually knit. A really big slouchy one and a tighter blue one out of Malabrigo yarn. They're the 2 that I go for all the time when it's cold. I finished it in the morning before work. I was working from home and I just had to like do the very last sew in the end bit, and I just sort of walked around the house all day when I was working from home. It was so cosy. and I'm obsessed, and I think I can see myself knitting other ones of these in the future. I'm just looking at I've got my box of yarn here in the mix. I want to show you some of the things like my stash box, and I've got some other brownish yarn in here from Malabrigo, which could make a very nice other hat, so that might be what happens with that. But anyway, that is that, and I'm very pleased. And so I just need to sew the ends in, put some buttons on, and that's 2 finished objects. So I feel like I've done that very quick. I don't know. And I've got another object. It's not something that I've made, but I'm so... It's watching the rain again. It's come back again. I'm so excited to show you it anyway. So this is something that I've asked for a while. My mum makes these beautiful handmade quilts. This green thing here, I think I've shown you before, is one that she's knit me before. It's a full double bed size quilt. She's got loads of them around the house. She makes me my project bags. She is a sewer extraordinaire. And for the longest time, I've said I wanted this bee quilt. And I sort of said to her, you don't have to make me a full size one. I just want like a little wall hanging. I've got this space here by my door and I kind of want to put it there, and then I'm looking to move out by like the end of the year, beginning of next year, and I think it'll just go beautifully in my new home. So it's... oh, it looks beautiful on camera. I shared a picture of it on Instagram and everyone went mad for it, so I thought I would show you in person. But it's this sort of hessian-y, like soft hessian-y calico fabric with all these coloured hexagons on. And then she's found a little bee from one of her pattern books. I'm just trying to show you it better. And they're going to be embroidered on, and there's going to be a gold bee. And it's going to look absolutely beautiful. I'm so excited for this, and it's got some really beautiful silks in here. And this like mango yellow. This one just got some little hexagons on already. The gold silk is just divine. I'm so excited for it. And yeah, she's got this to practice doing her bees on. And she's just a little genius. There's my mother. So, because I always sort of said I wanted a big hexagon quilt, and she sort of said, can we do a smaller one? And because that one she's made me there, it's got a lot of quite small triangles on it, and I sort of didn't realise when I asked for it how long it would take. I'm trying to make one for a friend which has got triangles on, and oh my god, I see that it is now an ordeal. So I do really want a big hexagon quilt, but it's about to be something that I have to make myself and not ask for, so we shall see. So that is an object that's on the go, and I'm just, every time I see it, it gives me such joy, and I can't wait for it to be finished. And then I have this mini sampler one of a fish one she did on the wall for me, because I've got goldfish and I really like koi carp and things like that. So I'm trying to convince her to do a matching size one, a similar style, but instead of bees do some goldfish. So we shall see about that. But that might be a future project, because I know she's got a lot on the go. Right, future things. I need to talk about how much sock yarn I have. I've got so many little balls, extra things like this. I'm definitely going to make some scrappy socks. I don't know if I've talked about this, but I don't really know what to do with them. I've got a huge bag in there and I'm not going to get it out because it rustles. But I did get this really nice bowl for my birthday, And I think what I might do for now is just put a lot of my scraps in there. See, these are some of the ones that my mum gave me from her friend's socks that she knit. And this is what I think I'm going to do. There's a plastic bag in there, so I'm not going to get that out and wrestle. But then I can have this really cute bowl full of scrappy yarn. So when I actually come to do my socks, I can... Oh, that makes me really happy. Sit and do this. This bowl is lovely. I got it for my birthday. It's got foxes and pheasants on. It says it's by D. Hardwick. I think my mum found it at like a local garden centre. But I love foxes, and I like birds. The foxes and the pheasants probably shouldn't be together. And yes, I think I'm gonna, this one might be a bit big, but I'll leave it in there for now. Have all my little scraps of it and just sit it on my dresser, which is like over here, until I can get around to do my scrappy socks. The thing I'm going to cast on as soon as I finish those vanilla socks is this yarn. It's caked up already to go. It's the Manos do Uruguay Alegria in the shade A9741. 75% wool, 25% polyamide. And again, this colour's not something I normally go for, but I really like it. Though I have seen that it does pool a bit weird, so I'm going to have to make sure I don't get that. And that is the next project that's going to be on the needles, so hopefully by the next time I talk to you, this will be off the needles, or on the needles maybe, depending how long it takes me to actually speak to you guys. So I'm quite looking forward to that. And I recently found out this is produced by this Artisano. They have a warehouse just up the road from me. So if I like knitting with this, it's so soft. I think I might have to pay it a visit and see, but yeah, I'm quite excited for that. That is the next project. Yeah, I've seen a pattern online, I really wanted it, and I wrote down the name of it here. It's the Carpino jumper by Carol Feller, and it's got a really nice like hatch pattern on it. And I've got two skeins here of this Treskelion. I'm not getting it out because it's all like packaged in this bag. Treskelion Elon sock yarn, and I might need some more of it, but I thought this would be really nice. So I'm hoping that when I've cast off my big blanket, I can hopefully make a start on that. But I might need to make a sneaky purchase online to do so. So these are some future projects. I've got a couple of new things, not a lot. I have two, like I was saying, my mum's been a bit obsessed with knitting loads of socks out of this Jobs Fable because she found online it's quite cheap, and there was an offer I think on my warehouse, so it was even cheaper than it normally would be. So she bought a bunch of it. She's knit loads of socks, I don't know when she's found the time. And I bought myself some as well, so I've got two skeins of both of these because they're 50-gram balls. I got this long print colour which is 602, and I seem to remember this is called like Silver Fox, and this is going to be some socks for myself. And I also got this one which is just their print yarn in 340. I can't remember the name of this one, and I think this is going to be some socks for my good friend because I've never knit her any socks, and I was trying to think of what colour she likes, and she quite likes navies and blues, so I thought maybe she liked some bed socks out of this. So a lot of those, and then I've also got the Thunder again, a skein left of this Jobs Fable from the jumper I knit because it said I needed two, but I didn't. And then I've got loads of this, like I said, Regia, so I might see what I can knit with this because I knit myself some socks and my mum knit some, and between us we didn't need the extra ball. So I'm going to see if I can find some sort of like unicorn themed thing for my friend's little girl. And that's sort of all new things. Oh no, it's not. I wanted to show you this lovely book I bought myself whilst I was away. So I always used to see these books on TV. They're composition notebooks, like from American like high school dramas and things. And they had like this like black and white fuzzy print, and these are called the Decomposition notebooks, and this is 100% post-consumer waste recycled pages, so it's all recycled, which I think is fantastic. And this has got the most beautiful like constellation print, which I'm really into constellations and stars and things, and I have one very similar to this which has got bees on, which I used to use for my Italian lessons when I took Italian, and which I still need to go back to. I know I really need to go back to it, but so I used that one for this, and then I saw this one and I thought it was absolutely beautiful. So what I'm thinking this might be for is my knitting notebook, because it's just lined paper inside and it's got these cool like illustrations on the inside. So it says, our paper is post-consumer waste paper compared to commercial virgin paper. It saves trees, reduces waste, reduces water use, air emissions, natural gas consumption, and saves trees. And it's soy ink. I don't know what this is, so it's got just like cool prints and like a ruler and stuff on the inside. I just think they're awesome. And yeah, I think I might make this my knitting notebook, and so I can start to sort of post little bits of yarn in and talk about patterns that I made, because it's all nice having Ravelry, but it'd be quite nice to have something a bit more physical, because I've always journaled since I was a child. Literally I've always had a diary, I've always written. I'm quite into the process of writing and journaling, I suppose. Journaling sort of devalues it. I think it is like writing in its own right. And I've read a lot about like the process of keeping a diary and things like that, and how like I think it's very important personally. And I went through a bit of emotional instability when I was younger, and diary writing really sort of supported that and helped me through it, I think. And as I've got older, I still sort of have a notebook, and I do write. It's a beautiful marbled one I bought in Italy, and I still write in it when I feel I need to. I mean, luckily I don't feel I need to do it as much now I'm an adult, and I've sort of got through those periods in my life, but I still find myself turn to it when I need to sort of expel thoughts into a place, and then they're not in my head anymore, which I think is really good. So I've always been into very physical things like writing, and I think it's quite a cathartic process. So it'll be really nice to have sort of like my thoughts whilst I'm creating certain projects, like the baby jumper for a friend. It'll be quite nice to record that, because so much of my life is digital. Like I have a blog, I have a very internet based in my life. Like my work is primarily technology based, so it's nice to have something that is outside of that and is a bit more real and tangible. So I think what I'm going to do is start writing in this and put some little bits of yarn in, and then any other things I think I want, and it can be in there. So I'm quite excited by this, and I bought this in a shop whilst I was away. My life's gone through a bit of a change. I've turned 26, which is a bit crazy. I got a Fitbit for my birthday, so I've been obsessed with this and I love it. I got this nice little bowl for my birthday. I got some other bits and pieces. I had a lovely couple of days, just really nice. We get the day off from work for our birthdays. Our job does that, our company does this, so I had a nice day off and went to Wisley Gardens, which was beautiful. It was so hot and so lovely, and now it's chucking it down, so who knows, the weather is crazy. Yes, I also started a new job this week, so everything's been a bit weird. I was off Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday this week, and I went away to sort of like the Cotswolds with my friend, and we just had like a nice couple of days. We stayed in a really nice hotel, and it was a bit like going back in time, but it was lovely. We went to Kenilworth Castle, which was pretty cool, and also Stratford upon Avon, and sort of did Shakespeare's birthplace and things like that, which I thought was really interesting. My friend is really into Tudor history. She did history at school and was a history teacher, so it's really great going with her. She can tell me all the stuff that I don't know, and then when we go to like converse, I like going to art galleries, and if I drag her along with me, I can tell her things about sort of paintings and stuff with my art background, which is kind of cool. And I sort of, hopefully over the summer, I really want to make an effort to go and see more exhibitions in London. Me and my friend from uni, we've decided to go and see Frieze in October, which is a big art fair that's held in Regent's Park, and it is quite commercial, but it's also quite, I think it'll be good for us because we sort of had a horrible last year at uni, and then we both, well, most of all my friends from uni, none of us have touched it since. We've just sort of given up on something that we really loved, and so it'll be nice to sort of get back into that again. So I had a couple of days off, like I said. Went to, Stratford upon Avon, Kenilworth Castle, went across to Worcester and went in the cathedral there, which was it was an amazing cathedral. And yeah, it was just nice to have like a couple of days away, and it was really good because I finished my old job on the Friday and I'm still in the same company, but I started my new job on the Thursday, so it was nice to have that sort of like break between the two. So it was like I finished one and then had 5 days off, and then I came back and started my new one on Thursday. And it's been a bit like weird. The department that I've moved into is going through a bit of transition. Some people are moving roles and it's a bit up in the air, but I mean, I'm really looking forward to getting properly stuck in next week. It's a bit difficult because no one really comes in to the office on a Friday, and I came back on Thursday and Friday, and the nature of the team is that they're all spread about and a lot of people work from home. So on Monday the whole team will be in, I think, and it will be quite good to really do some new work. And it's really nice to just know that a job that I put my best in for 15 months, I absolutely tried my hardest, and it turns out that the team were not, when I told them that I'd applied for this new job, they weren't very welcoming about it, the team, and it sort of transpired that maybe some of the people I thought were really nice and genuine weren't. So, and I was called a few names as well for leaving. So it's difficult because when you know you've worked your best, your absolute hardest for something for 15 months, and then to have it sort of thrown back in your face, it's a bit of a horrible way to leave something, and it was not how I would have wanted to leave that role, but it's a bit bittersweet. I've made some amazing friends there. Like, I've got 4 girls, there's 4 of us in the job who used to sit together, and I can see them being absolute best friends for a long time. And yeah, so it is what it is. It's good to move on. Fresh starts are good. And yes, I think that sort of nicely brings me to the end of this podcast. I think I've shown you everything. I'm looking through my list, and I think that is everything. So the rain has stopped. I need to go to the gym, but it is now also 1 o'clock. So I think what I'm going to do is go get myself some lunch, wait for that to go down, and then head off to the gym maybe later this evening, because I just don't feel like it right now. I've got my gym stuff on underneath it, but can't bother. The other thing I was going to say was I've been thinking about starting a Ravelry group for this podcast, and I don't know if that's something that people would be interested in. I don't have very many followers, but it'd be quite nice because a couple of you comment and things like that, so it'd be quite nice to have a bit more interaction with you. So if it is something you're interested in, if you comment down below, and let me know, that'd be fantastic. Maybe we could set something up and have a bit more chit chat. Because I know a couple of someone commented on my Instagram saying they love my podcast, which I thought was just lovely. I think her name was June, so that's really cool. And I think that's everything I've got to say. I'm just sort of rambling now. Yep, I've talked about everything on my list. How useful a list, it turns out. This is a notebook my friend got me for my birthday, and it's got little owls on. So, yes. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram. I'm normally posting all sorts of nonsense over on Twitter. I like a good GIF, so have a look for those. Or my feelings on the EU referendum. That seemed to go down well. And general social commentary from me on Twitter. Instagram, I like to post a lot of outdoorsy pictures and baking and food and knitting related, so that sounds like your bag. Go and follow me over there. Both of those are Claire M. Gallagher. Like I said, I've just updated my Ravelry page with a bunch of new pictures. So if you're interested in my shoddy photography, go and have a look at that. That's C Gallagher 21. And I do have a blog. It's a bit out of date, but I'm thinking I might do some work on that this weekend because I miss it and I want to get back into it. So I might spend some time this weekend sprucing it up and updating some of the content on that. But we shall see. Right. Have a lovely whatever time of day it is where you are, and thank you for spending some of your time with me. And we'll speak soon. Bye.